talk with my hands profusely, and that can be a little bit distracting. At any time, if you have a question at all, please feel free to unmute yourself, ask away. I also do have it pulled up on my phone, so I can see the chat. So if you'd like to type something into the chat, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. But I will show you, if you'd like to chat, you can just hit that chat button, type something in here, and I will put my email address in there just in case you have any additional questions. So we're going to start out. We're going to go to mycbdesk.com, and we're going to click on the InTouch tile. If you've been in one of my classes before, you know that I can't help myself. I have to tell you, please make sure that you're at mycbdesk.com, not at the Realogy site, and you can take all of your lovely tiles and move them around if you would like. I have InTouch at the top because I'm in that probably more than anything else other than my email. And you'll see when you pull up InTouch, we're going to go right into the home screen. So from the home screen, we have options. This class is really going to concentrate mainly on the marketing pieces. So you'll see we have our target marketing, our target marketing up here at the top. We have our marketing center. We can manage campaigns. We can manage save designs and Facebook leads. We're not going to get into that today. But what we want to do first is start with the marketing center. And I won't go into detail. I won't read this to you. I know you guys all passed the PSI exam, so I know that you can read. But there's buyer marketing in here, personalized greetings. If you click on the tabs, you'll see information to market your listings. There's seller marketing, campaigns and why you should use them, and then how to stay top of mind. So you can always scroll through any of that. You can click on the buttons or on the arrows to go back and forth. And if I wanted to browse campaigns, I could click here, browse, campaigns, I can click here as well. So just kind of a cheat right there, and an easy and efficient way to get to what you need. Over here on the left-hand side, we have a menu bar, and that's going to show us some different options that are available to us. We do have a monthly newsletter. This is something that the company writes on your behalf. You don't have to tell anybody that. Let everybody think that you have written it yourself. Take all the glory. Just a way to be a little more efficient with our time. Something about your monthly newsletter that you may or may not already know is that if someone comes to your website, let's say I go to your website right now and I register, the system is going to automatically put me into your contacts. I'm going to go into your CRM, your client relationship management tool, aka your database. It's going to put me into your sphere of influence group. Your sphere of influence group is already set up to get this monthly newsletter, which means by default, I will automatically get a monthly newsletter from you every single month. The system will also send me an automatic email. It'll send me another email the next day, and then the system is hands off, because at that point, that's where, as an agent, I really need to step in and do the lead generation myself. I always like to point that out because a lot of agents aren't aware that that monthly newsletter, it goes out regardless. So if I haven't set anyone up to receive my monthly newsletter, but Susie Q comes in and signs up to be on my website, she's going to receive that monthly newsletter. So I always like to point that out because I like to go in and read it every month. I do have myself set up. Anything that you set up in this system as a drip market campaign, add yourself as a contact, add yourself to all the groups, add yourself to all the drip marketing, because it is kind of a set it and forget it. And I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather set it and let it do its job. I want to get that email when it goes out, because 6 months from now, I am not going to remember that I set that email up. So when Susie Q calls and says, hey, I got your email this morning and I haven't emailed anyone yet, I may not know what Susie Q is talking about. However, if I send those emails to myself and I haven't looked at my email yet, it's very easily accessible. I can just go to my inbox and see what that is. You're also able to easily access your campaigns here. Any designs that you have saved, you can also access. Any images that you upload into the system will save. You can also section them out, as I like to say, into folders to kind of easily access something you may need in the future. And any mailing list that you upload into the system, it will save for you. Under Design Library, just another way that you can get to campaign templates. You can, if you would like to do, we will start with this, if you would like to do a one and done email. Maybe you don't know what to say, you're looking for a template, you want to send something out. We do have email and video marketing templates that are pre-written and pre-designed for you. They are completely customizable. You can change the photos, you can change the verbiage. So it's kind of a starting point or a diving board for what you want to say. And of course, we do have print marketing that does cost money. The email and the video marketing is no additional fee. You won't hear me say that it's free to use, only because you guys do pay money into the company. And this is something that you get as an added value of being a Coldwell Banker Realty agent. So we're going to go ahead and click on that email and video marketing with the Design Library. That's going to pull us into a very, very large and overwhelming design library. Excuse me. So you'll see I have over 1,100 results. I don't know what a lot of these things are. I'd have to scroll through and look, and that's not an efficient use of my time. I want to make money. I want to sell more houses, but I don't want to sit here for hours and scroll through this stuff. If something catches my eye, I can simply click on that. So home care checklist for November. There's some care tips and ideas here. So I like this. This is nice. Excuse me. So you'll see here, it is a part of the home care checklist campaign. So that lets me know if I really like this and I want to send it out every month, but I don't want to have to come in here every month, I can go to my campaigns and look for that checklist. With that said, I also can only send one if I only want to send one. And if everyone could mute themselves, please, just so that we don't get any feedback on our recording, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. So here we have those home care tips and ideas. If I decided that this is the email that I would like to send out, I want to send it to Susie Q. I wanted to send it to Alicia. I want to send it to Ben. I can go ahead and personalize just this particular email. Whether it's part of a campaign, doesn't matter. Only this email will go out in this field. Here we have home care tips and ideas. Here are some ideas. There's a nice little quote there. And this is where you really want to concentrate on anything that you send through this system. This system is a national campaign. So it isn't necessarily designed to know that Maryland state real estate law does mandate that we have to have our phone numbers labeled. I'm unsure if DC and Virginia have that same rule, but in my opinion, it is a very good marketing habit to get into, mainly because I want people to call my cell phone. I don't want them to look at these phone numbers, and I'll make that a little larger so we can see it a little easier. I don't want them to sit there and guess at which, I mean, honestly, if you were to look at this and you don't know my phone numbers, which number is which is my office and which is my cell phone. So if I go in and I simply label them, you can put your cell phone first. Maybe I want my cell phone to be in a different color. I can always highlight that, choose the text color from the grid, and maybe I make that red to let them know that's the number they should be calling. You will see that my email and my website are down here. It's, call to action, contact me, let's get moving. That is my call to action in the system. And that's something where I can also make them red if I would like to. I can make them, black if I would want to. And that's where I could also say, here's my email. Visit my website at. So different things that you can do here. If you want to make it super easy for them to visit your website, you can also highlight your website. You'll see that there's already a link here that's letting me know. They're going to be able to click on that and get to my website. But if I want to make sure, I could always remove that link and then take that link and make sure that my website is in there. It did say that it was linked, so probably no reason to do that. But if you just want peace of mind, you can do that as well. And of course, I'm going to go ahead and change. You can go in and change the font. Let's say you want everything to be on Arial. You could go through, make sure, and some people are a little more particular about this. They don't want different fonts. Either or, no real wrong answer here. But if you want to choose different fonts, different colors, if you want to add things to one of these emails, you can put your cursor wherever you would like to add something. You do have the option to add a link. You can add an image. You can add a video. You can add an article. They do have articles to choose from in the system. Let's say I want to add a photo here. I would simply click on Insert Image. And you'll see over here on the right-hand side, I do have a bunch of folders. So any of my homes are here. My logos are here. Things of that nature. They're very organized. You don't have to do that. I just do it. Otherwise, you'll have just a list of photos. Uncategorized, you'll see I just have a list of some photos there. So I would go into the system. I would find a photo that I do have saved on my computer. For the sake of this, we're just going to choose the first photo that I'm going to see. I can add it to a category. So I'm going to put it in my homes folder just so that it's organized, and I can upload the photo. You do want to make sure if you're using photos that you do own the license to them. It does warn you here. There are property rights for photos, just like you don't want to pay a photographer to take pictures of your listing and then find those photos somewhere on the internet that someone else has used. Same difference. So we want to make sure that we do have the right to use them. And maybe here I have a new listing. So I have, the photo of the listing here. I got them to open up this particular email. I can put this photo in. I can change the text alignment if I want it to be in the middle. And then I can type something here. Again, I can play with the font. If I want to go ahead and highlight that, play with the font. Maybe I want people to know that I have a new listing. I can, again, take that, put that in the middle. Anything that you want to say. Once you save this, your email will look exactly like this. If I wanted to go in and insert an article, let's say I want to take this out, I could click on the Insert Article, and it's going to give me an article library. So I can always click through. Do I want a small, medium, a large, or a full article? I'm just going to choose a small article. And then here are some things. And maybe I want to look through and see if there's anything for the fall. So grilling tips is probably more of a summer thing. History of Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving food facts, things like that. I can say, history of Thanksgiving, and it's going to insert that short article there. Again, I can go through. I can change the font. I can do those types of things. If you want a larger article, you can do that. You can go in again and determine that. And you can also insert video. If you have a video on your computer, let's say that you've gone into BrandServe and you've uploaded a video, you do have to have the URL. This is a fantastic opportunity, and you can do this in a blank email, in any email that you send, to log into Listing Concierge. If you have one of your professional videos there, you can go in and use that. I'm just going to go into Sandy's here and grab a video. We'll manage her order. And here we have professional video that was done. I can copy that branded professional link, go back in and enter that link here and submit. It's going to take a minute, and now you can see I can drag this video and make this a large video, and I can actually send this video out to everyone in my sphere of influence, to any person that I want to send it to. And of course, I can type all about the property here. I can give the listing concierge, I can give the website address, all those different things, and send that out. Now, again, I can do, and I'll show you where to find it. They do have blank email templates. So if you wanted to start from scratch, you could always send a video email out that way, design it yourself, or again, just add to any template. Once I'm done making the email the way that I want it, I'm going to go ahead and save it. If I don't save it, everything I just did is for naught. Here I have this checklist. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And then I'm going to hit exit. And now all the changes that I made, you'll see, are on this particular email. So now I want to send it to someone. I'm going to go ahead and compose my email. And in doing that, I do have to realize that all of my recipients have to be in the system. If I want to send it to Susie Q, let's say I'm going to send it to Susie Q. There's no Susie Q in my system. It's not going to go anywhere. If I want to send it to Alicia, she's in my system. I can pull her up and send it. If I want to send it to Alicia, and let's say I want to send it to Teresa, Alicia will receive her own copy. Teresa will receive her own copy. They will not know that I sent it to anyone else. So that's a nice thing. It is a BCC for those familiar with blind carbon copy. They are not going to know that anyone else has received it. You'll see that this area is grayed out because I've already made all of my edits. I can attach a file. Maybe I have a flyer I want to send out. I have, anything that you want to send. If I was sending this email as, hey, I have a new listing, I would probably attach the flyer to it. That's just me. And you also have the option, you'll see down at the bottom, we can include showcase properties. So if I do that, it's going to give me a placeholder for 3 separate properties that can be included. Now, these could be my listings. They could be any listings. If you go into listings, pull up your office's listings, you can actually control that and select which you would like it to choose from. It does do a round robin. So it will only choose 3 at a time. The next time it will choose 3 different ones. Sometimes this could be, I always call it the squirrel at the bottom of the email. I get these from a car dealership, and they send me monthly maintenance tips for my car. And I'm not looking to buy a car just yet, knock on wood. But it's always interesting. I might see one that's on the lot. I might click on it for more info. Now I know that they can see that I'm doing that, as can we. So I've sent this to Alicia. She's like, "Oh, look at this house in Woodinville. Let me click on that." And then when I go into Alicia's account in my CRM, I can see that she's opened that email. I can see that she's looked at that property. So it gives me, as a salesperson, a great opportunity to see the people in my sphere. What are they doing? How active are they? Are they opening my emails? And what are they looking at? So this is a great email to send, just because even if someone's not looking to actively buy or sell or rent, excuse me, they do have some valuable information. You're giving valuable information to them. They live somewhere. Even if they rent, they can still do all of these. It's important to check the fire extinguishers, service their garbage disposal, do those things to keep their place in tip-top shape. The other thing that we're able to do from the screen, now you'll see the big flashy send button up here, but low key down here, we do have some other options. If you cancel, it will go away. You'll have to get back into it to send it. We can save this as a draft. Maybe somebody just called, or I just knocked my coffee over and I've got to come back to it. I can schedule. I absolutely love this. We're busy. We're out in the field. We're writing the contracts. We're showing the houses. We're doing the things. Maybe I want to schedule this to come out tomorrow, or maybe it's still, we'll pretend like it's still October. Maybe it's the 25th of October. I can schedule this to come out on November 1st, and I don't even have to be on my computer, and it's going to go out for me, or I can just send it. Now we'll go with the schedule because you guys already know how to hit the send button. So if we're going to schedule, we can say we want it to go out at a specific time. So maybe I want it to go out at 8:30 in the morning, or maybe 8 o'clock in the morning. And I want it to come out on the 2nd of November. And then I'm just going to schedule that. So my email has been scheduled. It's going to reset this screen and take me back to the beginning. If I would like to see that, I would have to go to messages, and it will have my saved messages in there. If I need to go back and edit before it goes out, anything like that, I can. You will also see a lovely button here, publish to web and share. So I will let you know to be very cautious with this. If I go in and copy this link, if I would like to share on a social media network, I can click on my Facebook button. It will take me to my Facebook. I can go directly to my Facebook page, and I can choose to create my post. If I use this link, I'm going to show you what this looks like. It doesn't look pretty. So I've put the link in. As with anything on social media, I can take that link off. I can type something here, and I can post it. Now I'm going to delete it, but I wanted to show you how it works. And now you can see here, it doesn't look pretty. Now, that's just my opinion. If you like this, please post it, have fun with it. It's just not something I think that I would click on as I'm scrolling through my news feed. Now, someone can click on this. Excuse me, they can get to your email very easily. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And if I might, don't tell the higher ups there. There's a different way that you can also get this information to make a post on social media. In fact, I'm a very big fan of using InTouch to do just that. You can go in to the edit screen. You can look for things. You can save it. Again, we've already made all of our edits. We've saved. We've done the things. When we go in now, I can use the little snippet tool. So if you're not familiar, if you go into the search bar on your computer and you type in snip, you will find what's called a snipping tool. It's basically a way to screenshot sections of your computer. I have mine on my taskbar. I'm going to hit a new snip, and I'm literally just going to save this particular photo. And I'll see I snipped it. I got some of the blue in there, so I'm a little more OCD than the next person. I'm going to come in and just make sure I don't get any of that blue. And I'm going to go ahead and save as home care tips for November. And I'm just going to go ahead and save that on my computer. And when I go into the edit screen, something I'm able to do now is copy what. So now I can go to my Facebook, create a post, and use this information, but I will show you just to be a little extra. If you go into publishing tools and you do have your Instagram set up, you can schedule it to go out at a different time, or I can schedule this and it will go out to my Facebook and my Instagram at the same time. So we're talking about being efficient, getting some good information. I'm going to add that media, add that photo in. Again, we're going to look for that home care tips rated right there. So it is for November. I can add that there. I might want to say November is here, or keep your home in tip-top shape this November. That's where I can just, you don't have to use everything that's in there. Are some great tips and ideas. Probably not exactly what I would say. Here we go. Here's some tips and ideas to keep your home in tip-top shape this November. And if you're into all the hashtags and all those things, you can add all that stuff as well. And then you can just publish. And then you have a very good consistent marketing strategy now is it's going to go out to your sphere. It's going to go to, you know, whomever you're sending it to. And they're going to see it on your social media. So they're going to see it in two different places. Let me not click that. All right, look, there we go, pages. Sometimes I'm a little click happy. So here you'll see you have the option now to send that email out and also to have it on your social media. I have had people that have called me and said, hey, I got your email and I also saw it. You know, I've had people comment on social media, hey, I got this in my email. So just a tip or trick there. Again, you can use this if you would like to. It is a little more efficient, but probably not as pretty. So you've gone in to the marketing tab, to the marketing center, and done a one and done email. When you do click on that, just so that you know, you do have the option on the side to look at anything that you've saved. You'll see here we have this email that we just sent. It is saved. If I need to get back into it, I don't have to recreate it. I can just click on it and send it to someone else if I need to. I can also go into the design library and look up keywords. So if I need a blank email, I can do that. They do have the blank emails. If I need to put in a video, if I need to put in an image, a property photo, those things are already created for me. One other thing I'm able to do is look through collections. So 1,100 emails is way too many for my brain to look at, but I can go in and say, I'm looking for something seasonal. Now it's going to pull up everything that's seasonal, still 333. So that might be where I want to say I need something for Thanksgiving. And now everything that's Thanksgiving is going to pop up for me. And 23 is a lot more digestible to me than 1,000. So you might already have a campaign set up. These might be something additional that you want to send, or maybe I don't have someone set up on the holiday campaign. I want to send a one and done. You're able to do that. And these are all email. If you would like to see the print, you can turn the email off and go to the print. These are postcards that you can send. Again, my little tip is I can snip this, push this out on my social media and get some social media content as well. Any flyers, maybe you have something coming up. Again, you can go in and edit these flyers as you want. Maybe you have you want to send something out to your sphere of influence. You can do that here. One last thing to tell you, they do have listing enabled only. So you'll see here with the holiday, I can't do a listing enabled only. I do want to make sure my collection is reset. It will save the collection. I'm going to reset that to all collections. And if you would like to send an email out about any property listed by Coldwell Banker Realty, you can do that here. So I can go through and look for the specific template that I would like. Maybe I'm having an open house this weekend. It does not have to be my listing. You can do this for any listing listed by Coldwell Banker. I'm just going to choose this one because I happen to look at it. And here I can start typing in the listing address. Now, I don't have this capability because I'm an employee. You would start choosing a listing here. You would type in the listing. So actually, we're going to cheat the system just a little bit. Bear with me. We're going to cheat the system and we're going to go into Alicia since I know she's here. And we're going to show you exactly what that's going to look like. So Alicia, I don't have a listing right now. I'm going to have an open house this weekend for someone else. I'm going to go into my marketing tab. I'm going to go into my marketing center. I'm going to go into that email and video marketing. I'm going to go ahead and say, yes, I need listing enabled. That's going to pop up all of these different templates. And again, no wrong answer here, just whichever one you like the most. Just do be very cautious. Some of these are for teams or co-listers. So I do want to pick a template that only has one agent on it. If it's a single property here, I can add the words open house if I'd like to, or I can choose an open house specifically. So I'm just going to choose this one because I happen to look at it. And here we have a fully customized email that's already created for us. I'm going to type a number in here. So we're going to go with this lovely Glen Burnie property. Don't know what this looks like. We're going to see together. Let's see that I'm going to hold this open this weekend, or this is a property I think my client would really, really like, or it's my listing and I want to send it out. I'm going to hit the personalize button. The magic of InTouch is it's going to autofill for me. Now, I do want to make sure that I replace with my custom header or my headline, or that is what people will read. But you'll see here I do have some photos pulled from the MLS. I do need to add a headline, but all of the MLS information is here. You might say, oh, but I don't want to send the price. Take it out. You can just delete that. I do want to go through and make sure that I have my information. So just for ease, I'm going to go through because I would like the cell phone number to be first. And I can just take that and put that there. Again, you can go through and make sure that the font is all the same. If you want to change the color or the size, etc., you're able to do that. And you might say, oh, you know, I have an open house. So here I have a custom header. Right now, I don't have a custom header. So I'm able to take this and just simply delete it. Here I have a custom headline. I can say open house, you know, Saturday, November 6th. Maybe that doesn't quite fit. So I can mess around with it. You know, I can change the font. I can change the size. Anything that I need to do, I can make it bold. I can change these photos as well. So here we have a nice front photo, but maybe I want to show a little bit more of the house. I can simply click on this photo. And you'll see I'm like, it's not my listing. I don't have these photos. There's a magic MLS button over here. And I love this because now I can look at all the photos that are on the MLS. And if I'm like, oh, you know, I really want to share a picture of the kitchen. I want to change this photo as well. Or maybe I want to leave that photo there. You know, any photo that you want to change, you can simply scroll through. And, you know, I'm just trying to, you know, randomly selecting photos, but I can select those photos. If you're like, oh, this is a great photo and I love these photos, I don't want the 2 additional photos on the bottom, you can simply click on the photo and hit the delete button, and that will take the photos out of your, it will take them out of the email. So now I've completely customized this. Again, I'm going to customize my headline. I have all of my information. It's labeled, it's consistent, and I can send this information out. You know, I probably want to make sure I have the time. And I don't like that this is double spacing. So I can always go in. Maybe I just want to take out this information and just have open house. And maybe I can have that information here. And again, you can really create this the way that you want to. We do want to save that. So I would probably save it as the property address. Maybe I want to say it's an open house and I can save it. Excuse me. Once I have saved this, again, I can exit. I can compose my email. I can send it to anybody that I want to send it to. So I'm going to send it to Angie. I would just have to select which Angie I want to send it to. And you'll see here I have this information. Maybe I want to invite people to my open house this weekend, or you are invited. I like that because then they don't know what they're invited to. So now they want to open the email. I might want to include the showcase properties or not, and then I can simply send it or schedule it to go out. Anything that I've already created, as I said, is in Manage Designs. You can click on Marketing, Manage Designs, and you can get to that straight away. So I can see the very last thing that I have sent out in my email is here. I can take out the print and just see anything that I've saved. Maybe I just got a new email and I want to send this email out to that person as well. I can go in and just select that and send it out from here. So we've kind of gone over the one and done emails, but you also have the option to send campaigns. So we have our Marketing Center, our Manage Campaigns, and you'll see here, when you open Manage Campaigns, all of your campaigns will be here. So I'm going to kind of go back into mine, show you what mine looks like. I do have a lot of campaigns in here. I do teach this, so that's part of the reason why, but there's no reason that you can't either. So I have lots and lots of campaigns, and you'll see as you get down to the bottom, you're going to have your campaigns that have expired, they're paused, they're off, they are not running. This can be a lot. You can see I have them from years and years and years past. So I like to go in just to be efficient and click on this active button here. What that's going to do is that's going to eliminate all that clutter at the bottom. And sometimes if you click active, the only thing you may see is your monthly newsletter, and that's okay. I can go in and I can see what campaign I have that's currently active, how many contacts are currently set up to receive it, how many groups, so these contacts are members of this group potentially. Also, how many steps are left in this email campaign. Once the 218 contacts are finished receiving my offbeat holidays, they will begin receiving my monthly newsletter. However, if Susie Q is one of the 218 that is receiving my monthly newsletter already, she's not going to receive two. So they will only get one monthly newsletter, but let's say Alicia isn't getting my monthly newsletter yet. I don't want her to fall off the face of the earth, or actually, I don't want to fall off the face of the earth. I want to make sure when this campaign is over, they continue to receive emails from me. And I can change this to any newsletter that I currently have running. I usually suggest in December to go in and set up your new holiday campaigns, to set up new campaigns for 2022. Again, set it and let it do its job. And the next campaign I usually just have is monthly newsletter. Once I start my new holiday campaign, I can choose that new campaign from the drop-down menu. Also, I can go in and look at my performance. So I can see 16% have opened. That seems to be pretty consistent since I started sending this in September. No one has clicked through, but there isn't any real call to action. No one has bounced. No one has unsubscribed. I can see from here, my next email in the campaign is going to go out on the 4th. That's just a future step, and that will go out for me. So if I have any questions, I can always go in and look at that. If I would like to add a new campaign, before we do that, we will jump into the monthly newsletter. The monthly newsletter I like to go over first. It is perpetual. So it will automatically go out on your behalf. You do nothing. So you can see here, there isn't anything to set up when it expires because it never expires. When I click on that monthly newsletter, and this will be the same case for all of your campaigns, the first thing is to choose that particular campaign. It's going to give you a little bit of information. So this is to stay top of mind. You know, it's going to start you off with great content, but you guys can customize this any way you want. Personalize it. You know, I wouldn't add anyone's name to it per se because it goes out to so many. But you will get a reminder in this system up here in your reminders that it's ready for you to look at, to personalize. And again, that might just be labeling your phone numbers. It might not be anything else. As you go through, You can choose to include showcase properties with the newsletter or toggle that off, completely up to you. You will see different ones that are completed. Only the current newsletter you'll be able to personalize. These are written on a monthly basis, so they're always current. When I go into personalize, I can see that for the month of November, I do have a lovely article about freshening up a fireplace. So even if someone's not looking to buy or sell, this could very well be a good article for them. And then what is the difference between hard and soft credit inquiries? So here again, some good information about that's relevant to the real estate market, but if they're not looking to buy or sell, could still be very valuable to them as well. Call to action here. Questions, they can visit my website. I do want to go in and label my phone numbers so that I am compliant, especially if you're in Maryland. Don't really need to do much with the rest of it. But again, this is where you can go in and personalize. You can add photos. You can add videos. If you build it up and you have people who are consistently opening your monthly newsletter, I would highly suggest to add your newest listing in here somewhere. They're already opening this. They're already looking for the articles, adding a new listing. Maybe you have something going on in your office. I know one of my offices last month adopted the local barks, and they were collecting stuff to donate to the local animal shelter. We created a tactic. You're able to upload that into an email as well as post on social media, and just an additional way of getting some extra information out there. Once we have edited this as needed, we're going to go ahead and save it. I'm just going to leave the name as it stands. Once we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and then I'm going to exit. And you'll see down here, I do want to save and continue. We have two steps with this one. We have the first step to choose to review and configure this newsletter. Save and continue. And now I want to add or remove my contacts. So you can see here I have my sphere of influence. I have 20 people who are receiving this in a group. I can always add any group or remove any group. So all of the people in that group will receive it as long as they have an email. Also contacts, I do have only eligible contacts. If I turn that off, you'll see that I have some that I do have to take out, just people that don't have correct emails anymore or their emails are defunct, or I can actually go through and choose to add people piecemeal as well. I can also unsubscribe anyone. I'll see if they're already in a group. I can also remove them if I need to remove them, and then save my changes. So whatever I've set there is good. And for the monthly newsletter, this is now complete. Because the monthly newsletter does come out no matter what we do, those are all the steps that we have. However, if you go into manage your campaigns and you go in and want to add a new campaign, there are generally 4 steps to setting that up so that it does come out correctly. When we add a new campaign, depending on if you have the base account where you'll have 58 results or the pro account, you'll have over 100. Excuse me, the very first step is going to be reading through what is in your library. Just like if you went to the library, you don't know what book you want to choose if you don't know what your options are. Here you need to know what's available to you. Please don't be scared away by the number 58 up here. You'll see that we have the 2021 seasonal holiday email campaign that's getting ready to end. You'll see here we have fallback, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year still to send out. So you could set this up today if you wanted to. We also have that in print. So I like to say it's not really 58 individual because we have one that's email. We have one in print. Now print does cost extra money. But here we have this email. We can send it out with no additional charge. We have a new way home. If you'd like to know what the campaign is, it does give you the information here. So this is about COVID. It have their, housing needs recently changed. It's to drive them to contact you, to reach out if they're interested, considering a budget or health conscious home improvement. You can also see your campaign steps here. So it will kind of show you what those would look like. If it's something that you want to add, you can choose the template here. Now you'll see that we have a New Way Home email. We have a New Way Home multi-channel, both email and direct mail. So some no cost and some an additional cost. And then we also have it as a full print campaign. You would set up the print campaign and just pay as the postcards go out. So you'll see in the first 5, we've only had really 2 different campaigns. One is a holiday and one is that New Way Home. So as we go through and we're reading through, we're going to open up a lot of these and read through them. I want to see what is in this before I send it out. And I am looking for a specific one. You'll see you'll have a lot of first-time home buyers, FSBOs. I'm looking for the home care advice. So that did look like the email that I recently just sent. I really liked it. I thought it was cool. And I want to check out what that actual campaign looks like. So here we can see there's 12 touches over 12 months. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this particular template. In choosing this template, again, you're going to see all of the different options. The next one is November, and it will set it up for a full year through September, almost a full year, through September of next year. You will see that the dates, it does come out on different dates. You're able to go in and change those. So maybe I want this to come out on the 5th of every month. I can do that. I can change that information. Do make sure that you're going to that particular month. You'll see the calendar. I pulled it up. It had November. So I do want to make sure that that's coming out on the 5th. Again, you can leave it as is as well. This is where I will need to go in and personalize every single one. So you can see here, this does look a little bit different. And this is something I could also have shared on social media. I'm going to go in and make sure that my cell phone number and my office are labeled just to make sure that I'm compliant. I'm going to go ahead and save this. And then I'm going to go to the next one. So you'll see here it says edit. And I love this because you know what's going to happen. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to start doing this, and somebody's going to call me on the phone, and I'm going to have to leave this and go do something else. When I come in later, I'm going to be able to see I've already edited November. The next one would be to personalize December. For time's sake, we're going to jump ahead and pretend like we've edited all of them. We're going to save and continue. And we'll see here we do have 4 steps. So other than the monthly newsletter that has 2, every single campaign will have 4 steps. I've done the first step. That was to choose the campaign. I've looked at all my steps. I've reconfigured them any way that I've needed to. I put my phone number in. Now I need to add or remove contacts. This is where I can add an entire group. Anyone that I add to my buyers in the future will receive this campaign. Let's say it's January. I have an open house. I've added all of those people into my buyers group. If this campaign is running, they're going to automatically receive this campaign. Once I do that, I want to review and activate. If you don't hear anything else that I say, this is crucial. I've spent hours before going in with different agents on different appointments where they've gone in and taken the time to do steps 1, 2, and 3. And then the campaign doesn't go out and they're unsure why. The system is very, very particular that you do need to review some small information and activate. And that is basically that you reviewed the campaign and the recipients are okay with receiving your email. You are not having, that you didn't purchase this list or harvest it. I'm not going to go to Cole Realty Resource and download 1,000 people, shove them into my CRM and set them up on drip marketing, because we know that's telemarketing, That's not lead generation. So I am going to go ahead and check that off because I do know all of these people. Excuse me. Once this campaign is over, they'll receive my monthly newsletter. If they're not already receiving it, they will not receive two. And then I can also include those showcase properties at the bottom if I so choose, and then I can activate the campaign. I'm personally not going to do that only because I already have one running. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that particular campaign. If I created the campaign, you can see I already have home care advice here, and you'll see I have the number 6 after it. Now that is because I teach this, so I've set them up and deleted them and set them up and deleted them. I already have this one running, so I'm going to let that one run. If I created a new one, I would have number 7. It will allow you to go in and create multiples of the same campaign. I've had agents ask me a very good question, but why? Why would it allow me to go in and have 20 different home care advice campaigns? What if I accidentally put Susie Q on 3 of them? She's going to get 3 of the same email. The reason is because when you come to certain things like a holiday email. So we've gone into our holiday email here. You do have the option of going in when you review and configure your steps. You'll see everything that's already gone out. I can take out any of these steps. I probably don't want to rearrange these. I don't have that capability here because they need to be on a specific date. But maybe I don't want to send a happy holidays. I can take that out. I have had agents go in and create separate holiday campaigns where you can go in and recreate happy holidays and add Merry Christmas. They've gone in for a different section of their sphere and created Happy Hanukkah. Then they've had one for Happy Holidays. And maybe Susie Q gets this one, and Ben gets that one, and Alicia gets that one. Just want to make sure that you don't set them up on all of them. Excuse me. So you do have that option. I do need to go in every time and review and activate. So I opened up this campaign. If I were just to exit, it would pause the campaign. It wants to reiterate with you every single time that you've reviewed that rule. And now I can save the campaign, and it will continue to go out as I already set it up to do so. So you'll see that we do have our emails, our templates, and the very last thing that we have, we also have direct mail. So you'll see that we did have that option through managing the campaigns. We can go through and add direct mail campaigns. If I want to set this up and I want to let it set out all of my, I'm just going to send out all my postcards. I don't want to have to think about them. Maybe I don't want all of these postcards to go out. I can go in and X off any of those that I wish. I can delete that step. It'll still be in my main template, just not in this particular one. Maybe I want to send something out for giving thanks, happy holidays. Maybe I don't want a happy holidays to go out a week after I've sent Thanksgiving. Maybe for me, it just makes more sense if that goes out the first full week of December. And then Happy New Year, I do like to send that about a week before the new year. We do know that everything is running pretty slow. So I want to send that out. And then you can personalize these again, just the way that you did with the emails. Go in, look at the postcard front, look at the postcard back. You'll see that it is already labeled for me. Not sure why it labels some and not others. I can go in and I can type anything that I need in here. I will want to save that. And then I can go in and save and continue. Once I've saved and continue, I would add or remove contacts. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to give me contacts that are eligible. Just like the emails needed to have an email address, these have to have a mailing address. So here I only have 2 options because I don't have anyone with a mailing address in my system. I would save those changes and I would review and activate. Now they're going to send me the bill. I have to hook it up to my credit card. I can't show you that part because honestly, I'm an employee. It won't let me do that. But you would hook it up to your credit card and they will go out automatically for you. If you have a one and done print marketing, you would just go into the marketing center. It would function the same way. You would just click on that print marketing, find that particular postcard that you want to send. Here's a great one, time to fall back. That is going to be this Saturday, so I'm not sure if that would get out on time with the mail system being as slow as it is. But you're able to go in and personalize the postcard. Maybe you have a Thanksgiving card you want to send out again. You can edit this information, save the information, download the PDF. Very, very big fan of downloading and looking at it so that I make sure it looks exactly the way that I want it to. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to read through, make sure I don't have any typos, and then I can add to my cart. The options you have here, I can say, let's say I'm sending this to 200 people. You'll see that the price is going to go down per card as opposed to 25 cards at 61 cents. Maybe I want to do 200 at 38 cents. I can have them mailed to me. I can print labels. I can stamp them. I take them to the post office myself, or I can pay 44 cents a piece. Choose recipients with an address already in my system, or upload a CSV mailing list. Maybe I have a farming area I want to send to. If you choose this option, they will print the card, label it, stamp it, and send it for you. You can also have one sent to yourself as well. And you'll see it doesn't give me the option to add to the cart because I do have to choose those recipients or add them. So here, I'll just add these recipients so you can see what that's going to look like. Minimum is 25. So see, I wouldn't be able to do that, but I could upload a mailing list, select that mailing list from my computer. And all of this, if it seems very overwhelming, your field marketing specialist is here to help you. That is what we're here for. We can do a one-on-one appointment, whether it's virtual. We share our screen and go through this together and help you to place an order or set up your campaigns to send that email out that you need. Maybe you have a new listing or that open house and you want to send that out. Schedule with us. We are here to help you. That is what we're for. So just know that anything that we can help with, we are here to help you with it. I know I did go a little bit fast, but wanted to show you everything that is available to you. Again, there are multiple emails, templates in there, direct mail that you can send. It's just a point of getting in there and getting comfortable utilizing it. And I always say, please add me as a contact in your InTouch. Even if I'm not your field marketing specialist, use me as a guinea pig. I am more than happy to look at any emails that you send over and increase your open rate as well. With that, does anyone have any questions? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.